Am I live still then? All right. Well then, hi friends. Apparently I was speedrunning an intro. How are you? Happy Sunday, friends. Happy time zones. Welcome to day 5 of Completithon 2025. I am your host, Doodleplex. And I know you didn't hear me, but I'm going to let all of you know that I cannot wait to hang out with all of you on this final day of the event as we raise more money for the Girls Makes Games Scholarship Fund. We've got such a great lineup today. We've got Neopets the Darkest Fairy, there's The Legend of Zelda, we've got Mario Kart World. So many amazing runs for an amazing cause. We've raised over $2.2 thousand for the Girls Making Games Scholarship Funds. And just we have a really cool thing finishing out the event, a bonus Soul Reaver to any percent run if we can get $2.3 thousand. So you know how you can help with that? You can put exclamation point donate in the chat and put your money in towards that and any other thing you might see that looks cool, because we have so many cool things today, chat. Speaking of cool, we are getting ready for our next run. It'll be ready in just a second, so stay right there. All right, friends, I'm not pulling any wool over your eyes. It's time to start our first run of the day, Shepherd Crossing, all dire entries by Karaoke. Karaoke heard us to a wonderfully good time.
Hello, welcome everybody to Shepherd's Crossing. I'm Kariohki, and Doodleplex is going to be helping me out with this run here, hosting and feeding me questions and chat things, because this is a very obscure game, like I tend to speedrun.
Those are usually the most fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the little secret gems you've never seen before. It's like, oh, this is amazing. I want to play this game now, etc.
Alright, so if I'm all ready to go, I'll go ahead and start naming my character, new game. I'll name it All Diaries, not double A. All. Sometimes I put All Dairies by accident. And then nickname is what they actually call you in the text, so we're going to be called AD. We do love dairies on this farm, so... Alright, is the timer ready for startings?
I believe you are good to go.
Alright, I'll count down 3, 2, 1, go. So Shepherd's Crossing is a very similar game to Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, and Stardew Valley, but it's a little bit more realistic in its depiction of farm life, and you'll be seeing that right away as we get our first 2 creatures here. So going through the basics of the story here, we'll get our first couple of diary entries automatically. Diary entries are typically going to be from the cutscenes we get. And I'll point out the ones that I know that we get. So like this is one here. The diary entries, and I'll show them quickly inside here. We have Brammy's diary. Brammy is the duck. And here are his diary entries. We have 2 so far. There are 70 in total. I'm just going to go ahead and plop a save down in case something happens, because like last night my power kept going out, in and out. So we'll plop a save down there. You press L1 to skip days. That's how we progress the time in this game. And now we got our sickle, so we can actually cut our way out of our farm and into town, which we're going to start trading our little marmots for some items. And I'm going to go ahead and just I need you. cut this grass down to size. And go ahead and trade marmot meat, cabbage seed, berry seed, male marmot, marmot meat. So yeah, we can trade some of our creatures for their meat. That's what I mean by it's a little bit more realistic in its depiction of farm life.
Just a little.
No, I don't want the berry seed, please. I want the marmot meat because I need more cabbage. We're going to put our cabbage seeds over here as well, and I think we had 3 pop up over here. There's 1 of them, there's 2 of them, and there's another one there. You can only hold 3 items at a time, which can get a little bit annoying when we're juggling items to put things down and trade and whatnot and go fast, essentially. So here we're cutting our pasture grass so we can turn it into hay, which is going to be another diary entry, and we're going to need it to trade for marmots as well. Kind of an odd, I'm going to move this one up here. There we go. None of our pasture grass turned into hay on the first day. There we go. Hay! We got a butterfly, too. And we also got hay. Have 4 hays, we can pick up 3 of them. I'm gonna move one closer to the entrance so we can go ahead and trade for young marmot. Go ahead and put the marmot inside the fence here so it won't annoy us. Nope, I don't want 2 cut grasses, I want the hay because I need another grass seed and I need a young marmot, please. Marmots eat seeds. So these marmots are going to grow up on these seeds. I'm going to go back over here and make sure that my pasture is turning into hay and bees!
Not the bees. Oh no.
Bees will come into play later when we actually do get a bee box for their honey. But for now, they're just kind of a little thing that fly around and don't really do much. Yeah, Brammy's a talking duck and he has a bottle on his back. He doesn't say what is inside the bottle. Alright, we got a female and a male, which is good. Because they're going to stick together. I'm going to get rid of these seeds so they don't get distracted, we'll say. Alright, perfect. Now I need the seeds back, please. And male marmot, we're going to trade for meat again. As well as another young marmot. We need a lot of this meat for the dogs coming up. Alright, 2 females, which is also very good, because we can trade the female marmot for a rabbit.
So how did you find this game? You said it was a little bit obscure.
Yeah, this game is very obscure. I never heard of it until my friend sent it to me as a present, actually, and said, I found this game when I was looking at the used game store, and I think it's a kusoge. Kusoge meaning kind of the Japanese term for bad game.
Huh,
and,
didn't look bad to me. It looks adorable.
Yeah, when I started playing it, I was like, this game looks great. And I played through it casually and was like, I'm going to speedrun this game right away. And now, not only do I speedrun this game, but I own the Japanese version of the game, I own the sequel on DS, I own the Switch version, I own the version on Steam. I'm missing the sequel in English because it's really expensive, and I'm missing the PSP version.
That's really impressive for a game that's supposed to be a bad game. It to have so many
Exactly. It was just that my friend was like, this
that's...
game looks bad, so I'm going to give it to you because you're a connoisseur of bad games in a way. And I was like, thank you. Because at the time I played some other, there's Big Bad Game-a-thon, and there's Kuso Grande, bad games are just known in speedrunning for attracting certain people, and I was part of that community at the time. I was having fun in doing that. So we're going ahead and we're just doing a lot of trades here. Trades for marmot meat, trades for young marmots, trades for rabbits. Rabbits are eating food. Alright, we got one male rabbit. That's fine. We need I want a female rabbit specifically for trading later. It's going to make it a little bit easier for... Nope, do not eat that. For the rabbit fur, we're going to be getting in a second here. And that is not changing into thing. And where did my male rabbit go? There it is. So when you feed rabbits cabbage, their fur grows. Okay, cool, we got a female rabbit.
I gotta say, I love the duck's hat. It's just so cute.
And with the rabbit's fur cut, that'll end our first chapter of the game. The any percent run just beats all the chapters, all the main chapters as fast as possible to get to the first credits, but we're going to be going for second credits today. The berries are taking a long time to grow as well. That's a little bit odd. But we'll go ahead and get our first dog as we wait for this rabbit to eat the cabbage. And that extra pause on that day advancement means our farm has grown by, I think we got our first berries. Alright, we need to wait for the other ones to grow so I don't waste time trading. Come on, eat your cabbage, please. I'm gonna go get the other two dogs. To also keep track of my days at this point because it is important to do the days in a certain amount of time here so that your stuff doesn't stop growing before it's too late here. So I'm actually going to get 2 of my wheats right now, or 4 of them rather, just in case I need to go to backup strats. Start planting the wheat over here. We're gonna get our 2 berries. And also move this wheat seed in line here. There's a glitch in the game that means that seeds planted at your top right there by your house aren't gonna get eaten by anything, which is very helpful right now because our crops are in danger of being eaten by stuff.
Like the rabbits or something else?
By wild animals, but also our own rabbits. Mostly wild animals. Okay, two more wheat seeds, and plant those over here. We'll see the wild animal invasion starting soon. Oh, I need that rabbit as well, because we are done with the rabbits. Log and rabbit meat. That's another diary entry right there, and we also get the tools. Other than that, the logs are useless. Alright, and we have 2 females and a male. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna wait for the males to introduce themselves to one of the females, and then we'll trade the other female for a male. And now the female has to eat for 2. So she's going to be eating the meat here, and we're just going to be waiting for our wheat to grow. And here is our first invasion. It's going to get scared away because we have 2 dogs on the farm, and it takes 1 dog to scare away the marmots.
So first we were raising marmots, now we're chasing them off?
Yes. Wild marmots aren't good to have. Alright.
Gotcha.
There's our next diary entry, was having a puppy. And now we can trade away the female terrier for a male terrier. Now we need to wait for our wheat here to grow to a certain size before we can register our dogs. And that'll be, I'll say when we're gonna close off that bid war for the dog names. And that'll be right now. If we could have that checked for the dog names.
Let me go look.
As I go and herd my 3 dogs together. Alright, what's our first dog name?
Give me 1 second. I'm doing a little bit of clicking to find out.
No problem. I gave a list of very famous dogs for people to bid on to see what the names would be.
Looks like the dog name is Snoopy.
Snoopy?
Snoopy.
Snoopy, alright.
Snoopy.
And were there any other dog names that had bids on them, or was that the only one with the bid on it?
That was the only one.
Alright, I'll go ahead and just pick 2 other random names for the other 2 dogs. This one we will name Bolt. Like another famous dog that wasn't on the list. And then another famous dog that wasn't on the list. We'll name this one Hachiko. Alright, I need to scroll in my guide really quickly here. Okay. Very, very important to not forget this part in teaching the dogs skills. I have forgotten to do that in the past and lost runs to it. So now we're just waiting for our week to grow, so we're going to go ahead and speed through the days here, and hopefully we're going to get either the rabbit hunt or the marmot hunt. Alright. This is annoying because it wastes time. Rabbits just eat small things. I'm also going to trade the last hay for 1 more farm marmot. So I do need the, Okay, we don't want those. We don't want those. We want Brammy to say, oh, looks like Marcia has invited you to come hunting. So these farm marmots and burrow rabbits are animals that we can do the hunts for when they pop up. But we're waiting for them to pop up because it comes randomly. Other than that, all these other things where the dogs give us skills, waste time. Looks like Marcia's come to invite us hunting. Let's go hunting. Okay, this means that it's the marmot hunt, which is the easiest one in the game. Because Marcia only brings 1 dog, and that dog only does attacking. And sometimes it won't even attack. So the basics of the hunt are you attack the other animals on the side of the screen, and you get points. Attack and collect. It'll go in that order. You get points, and if you have more points at the end, you win.
I was not expecting this in my farming game.
Yeah, like I said, we're here for all the realism.
Very much so.
We're gonna go ahead and collect these marmots here. Choco's gonna point steal from us. I think it's like, you know how in Rune Factory you go out and beat the monsters? It's kind of like that, but you got your dog. In Rune Factory, you can also, you know, tame monsters, do the fighting for you. It's kind of like that, sort of, maybe. Kind of.
We'll go with that, yeah. Works for me anyway.
Alright, we got a marmot statue and a bunch of marmot meat. We're gonna repeat that hunt later. I want to get the rabbit hunt as well, because that'll save us time. And saving time is always good.
Always. Now, I have a tiny question.
Sure.
What are these diary entries that you're collecting? What are they? Just things that happen on the farm every day? Just what are they?
Things that happen on the farm, either as part of the main story of going through the, I don't want to do that marmot hunt. No, thank you. I'm waiting for the rabbit hunt. Or, basically when you get certain items or do certain events on the farm, you get a diary entry that I showed earlier in Brammy's diary, basically. And these can range from something as simple as chestnuts falling from the trees, like that there. Or you're growing your first wheat, like that. Or a grasshopper appears. I don't think that's a diary entry, but it is a cutscene. Usually the diary entries are going to be the ones that have the sort of like CG graphic behind them, like the full color graphics behind them, so that they show up in the diary. Drying the wheat will give us a few more here, and also complete the chapter.
How many chapters are there?
There are 5 chapters total, and then there's also a post-game, because this game is endless. You can play as long as you want. We'll be going through all 5 chapters, and then we will also be going through the post-game. And that's why we want the, no, grasshopper. Go away. Grasshoppers will actually kill our crops. We don't want that. I'm just gonna put that wheat down there for now, as I wait for the next 2 to also grow up, and the next 2 Marcia. It's rabbit season, also awesome. We'll get the rabbit hunt, and that'll make the burrow rabbits stop attacking the farm.
Because I'm gonna guess they would take out the crops and whatnot.
Yes, they take out the crops up to a certain size. So actually I'm gonna do nothing on my first turn here, because all the rabbits are gonna go into a burrow. And there are skills that you can do to chomp them out of the holes or scare them back out, but we don't have those skills. So we're just gonna kind of hope for RNG that the rabbits we're selecting come back, or that we attack the correct ones. One fled, so we're gonna have Snoopy attack that one. Tyrrell the ferret is going to hole chomp one, and then unfortunately Hachiko, and I probably Boulder gonna attack. Oh no, we got one. Nice. It's random which ones you attack. I don't want to search. I want to collect, please. If they don't come back, it's random which ones you're going to attack. And Skip here knows the counter move. Fortunately, Hachiko attacked Skip. And Tyrrell doesn't do enough damage to kill them, so we're gonna again do that hole, and you're gonna take a rest now. That one's gonna burrow, that one retreated, they fled, so we're not gonna get too many points from this, but we're still probably gonna win. Tyrrell's gonna hole chomp that one and steal our 2 points. But we're still gonna be ahead because we're going to grab that rabbit. We're gonna collect that one. And Skip's gonna burrow. Skip might flee this turn. Yep, Skip fled. That's fine. We still won, which is the good thing. And this will also stop the rabbits from invading the farm. So now we're going to actually repeat the marmot hunt a few times to get enough points for an item that will give us a diary entry.
I guess I've got one more question. How many diary entries are there?
There are 70 in this version of the game. In the HD version, which is the PSP, Switch, PC, PS4, whatever all consoles it came out on, there are 90 diary entries.
Whoa.
And I have not found them all in those versions.
Wow. You did say that earlier that you had it in Japanese as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I have the Switch version in Japanese, because that was the only version it was released physically on.
Gotcha. Well, I just want to let chat know that we do have something that has just opened up. We have a bid war for our Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, where you can pick the voice language. We can play it in Japanese or English, just like you can play Japanese or English in this game here. And that will be open until during the run. So it can change off based on what's ever in the lead. So chat, if you want to hear it in Japanese or English, put your donations in with ! donate in the chat.
Playing the Japanese version of this game has helped with my Japanese studies, because I do study the language, because I get to learn a bunch of animal names in Japanese.
That is cool. What's bunny in Japanese?
Usagi.
Oh, of course. And dog?
Inu.
Okay. What's your favorite?
My favorite animal
in Japanese
overall, just in general, is cat, Neko.
Of course.
which I have a cat laying in a box next to me right now, because, oh wow, it ran. Okay, that's fine. I only needed 3 more points anyway. So interesting that the marmot fled before I could attack it. That has never happened before. Has never happened before.
The thing, it was said.
The thing was said. The thing happened. That I never had the attack, the search, attack, collect combo miss before because the marmot fled. But we have our 34 points to get the item that we need for the diary entry. So we go down to gifts and get the plow. I want to trade for it, yes. And now our dogs have done their job. They get to retire to be pets somewhere, go to the other farm upstate, and live out their lives happily without having to hunt creatures all the time.
For them.
Good for them. Thank you, dogs, and thank you for the donations to name the dogs as well.
Yes, thank you so much. If you don't know how to donate, just put exclamation mark donate in the chat to get the links to our Tiltify page where you can make a direct donation. Like I mentioned earlier, we have that cool incentive for the Japanese or English. And any other bid words that could potentially be there as well. That'll help you choose which one you want to get those donations in to help reach the Girls Make Game Scholarship.
In the HD versions, you have a 9-item limit in your inventory, which is really helpful. Instead of having the 3 here, so I had to like grab something and toss it down, and then grab it again, and then go to back and waste time trading again. But we have 3 ferrets now. And ferrets eat meat and berries and snails. Come on, go to the meat. Go to the meat, please. Alright, we got our 3 ferrets that have grown up, and now ferrets are going to turn into ferret pelts. Bye, ferrets! We do need to go back to the farm before we trade the ferret pelts in for the items that we need, because it does give us a diary entry when we get a ferret pelt. And we're going to trade our ferret pelts for 2 boars and a ham box. I said 2 boars and a ham box. My controller dropped an input. Boars are cool. They eat dead grass. One of the few creatures in the game to actually eat dead grass and survive through the winter.
That is cool. So there's seasons in this game.
Yep. We're in the season of no grass, which is basically winter. Dandelion is spring. Grape is summer, and acorn is fall.
Oh, that's so cool.
Boars will also eat acorns. Speaking of acorns. Oh, there's an acorn up there. Yes, you can go ahead and eat that. I don't want the seed, I want the boar, so I can go put it over here where there's more dead grass and acorns and chestnuts and stuff. Alright, we got a male boar, which saves us a trade, and then, come on, I need you to grow up, please. Female, that's fine. We're trading both of these away for their meat. So boar meat, male boar, boar meat. And that gives us another diary entry. Every chapter has a goal item that you need to get. This one's being ham. So you put our boar meat by a ham box and it'll turn into ham. Magically, somehow, however, however aging meat works and to turn it into ham IRL. I guess you put it in like a drying rack or something and age it that way and it hams itself. The
animation for like the days is so cute how the little leaves is fluttering on down. I I still don't see how this is a bad game. It's
I
just
know,
so cute and has so many small touches.
this game ended up not being a kusoge at all, which I loved about, you know, being wrong in the end. Because sometimes you pick up a game and you think it's going to be good, and then it's not, and you get sad about it. But sometimes you pick up a game and you're not sure, a game or even like a TV show or an anime or something, you think it's going to be silly or fun or like dumb or bad, and then you watch it or you play it and you have a new favorite.
Exactly. I can't even think of how many times that's happened. I'm just like, I'm not gonna like this, and suddenly, it's my favorite.
Yeah, my third favorite anime was picked up as a joke by a friend and myself. That we were just like, oh, this premise seems really silly. We're going to watch this and laugh at it, and then we ended up loving it. Grapeseed, grapeseed, grapeseed. So since we don't have to worry about the farm invasions anymore, we can just put our crops anywhere. So I'm going to make a nice little grape sea here. With the grape seeds. Brammy, you are in the way.
So is that why we get rid of the dogs? There's no more invasions? Or?
Yep. And also, so that I need a wine cask, so that the people won't come and bug you for going on hunts anymore. Because there's like a plot line in this game for the different hunts that you work your way up to, from marmots and rabbits to you know, wild llamas and wild sheep and wild cows and wild bobcats, and I'm just passing the days here waiting for the grapes to grow. And other larger game that you're going to need larger and larger dogs to take care of, and different skills to take care of.
You know, I had a thought about unexpected favorites. I wonder if chat could tell us what maybe some of their unexpected favorites are. I mean, it would help us get towards that Soul Reaver 280% milestone. It helps girls make games. They can even put their donation in towards which language they want for Kingdom Hearts. Just see win, win, win. So, ! Donate, chat. Let me know what your unexpected favorite is.
Alright, and getting grapes will end this chapter. Put the grapes by the wine cask because we're pretending that we're, like, you know, mashing the grapes up in the barrel and turning it into wine and all that. And also we're going to pick up some silkworm eggs. This is where the route starts. Yeah, we're going to make silk. This is where the route starts deviating from the any % route. Up until now, other than getting extras of everything, because I'm getting double of everything, double rabbits, double boars, double ferrets. The any % route is getting 1 rabbit, 2 ferrets, 1 boar, 3 grapes, stuff like that. I'm waiting for this last grape to mature. And then we're just gonna rush the days here for the silkworms to grow and the wine to mature.
Wine, silk, this game is getting fancy.
Yeah, this game, we're gonna be rich soon. There's no money in this game, it's just all bartering. So we need to burn through the season. Also, the seasons in the game, spring and summer, so dandelion and grape have 30 days, and acorn and no grass, fall and winter have 20. Alright,
how do you
we have
make the days go by faster?
that are growing, except for one of them is not grown up yet. I'll put those grapes down and move this one over, give this guy some space. Come on, I need you to mature, please, because I need all 4 of you. There we go. And now we also gotta wait until next season for the silkworms to cocoon up, so we can actually get our silk. Our wine is ready, we don't need it just yet, so we're gonna hang off from trading and activating the end of the chapter. Because there are a few things I want to do before ending the chapter.
Are you just hitting a button to make the the
Yep.
days go by faster? Or okay.
The days will not advance unless you hit the L1 button.
Okay, so it's not like Stardew where you have to go to bed and make the days
Yeah.
advance. Okay.
All right, there's our cocoon for one diary entry and our silk for another diary entry.
I also see all these animations of people. Do you actually get to see them in the game, or they're just
Nope,
saying
they're just
cutscenes?
there for the cutscenes. Okay, now I gotta be careful with this one. Goat, goat, boar. You advance the days the storm stops. Oh, I advanced 2 days by accident. You can only advance 1. Come on, silkworms, I need you to cocoon up. And where is the other boar? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some grass up here. And over here. There's a lot of grass over here. There's no mole holes, which is good. Mole holes are a bad thing. I'm cutting grass so that we have grass for later. And also for right now as well. For the goats and boars to eat. Because the
Why are mole holes bad, though?
the non-cut grass will die eventually, but the cut grass won't die. Mole holes are bad because they take over your farm and can destroy your crops if they reach your crops.
Gotcha.
Alright, that's pretty good. We'll save that over there for when that runs out, and silkworms have just turned to cocoons. We can go ahead and get their silk and get 2 more boars. We are doing some bet hedging right now of what gender these animals are going to grow up into. So we need a lot of them because we need both a female and a male boar, and we need a female and a male goat. Storms are annoying because they, what do? They make the animals run all over the place. Just making sure everyone's getting their food. You need me to cut this? You need me to cut this goat? There you guys go.
Is it only the dogs you can name, or can you name any of the other animals?
You can name any animal that you can take to hunt with you. So ferrets,
Okay.
bobcats, and all the different types of dogs. Oh, we got 1 female boar, which is good, so we're gonna pick that boar up to have to stop eating food. We got 2 female boars, so I'm going to go ahead and trade this one here for a male boar. For boar meat for sausage for chicken meat for bee box. I forgot that once in practice and was very confused when I didn't have a bee box. And this is going to turn into another ham, so we'll put that by our ham box. And we'll go ahead and move the bee box up farther so I don't forget about it later. We'll put it right here. And then everybody else, come on, or grow up! That's a male goat. That's 2 more male boars and a female boar. I'm going to trade the 2 males for another female so we can do some more bet hedging for the next season, essentially. Okay, bee box with honey, that's good. Go ahead and collect the honey for the diary entry. And then before I forget, I'm going to take this honey and trade it for buckwheat seeds.
So you can trade anything you've already gotten yourself. So if you have a female goat, you can trade it for a male goat if you already had a male goat? Or
It's
can you
basically
trade
the
it
trades
regardless?
are set in stone. So if you get a male goat, you can 2 male goats trading into 1 female goat, for example. Don't eat these grapes.
Gotcha.
I need these, please. I have 3 male goats. Okay, we're gonna see if this one grows up into a female. If not, we'll do some trades. Nope. Okay, what's a trade? We We specifically need a female goat because we need a goat that makes milk. And it's very hard for a male goat to make milk. Where did my boars go? They're probably over... Okay, there they are. I'm going to put them over... in here to prep for the next season. Alright, come on. Be friendly with each other. Make friends. Oh, they made friends! Yay! I'm gonna trade the male goats away now. Sausage for marmot meat, young ferret, and cheese rack. Truffle! Yeah, sorry for being loud. Truffle is the most random item in the game to get.
Never apologize for being excited.
Truffle is extremely random to get. I have had to go an entire year to get the truffle to happen. So we're actually done with the boars now because we got the truffle. We got two
Nice.
truffles! We got two
Wow.
of them! Wow.
Way to go.
Amazing.
Marathon luck.
Yeah, that is some marathon luck right there. I'm just gonna harvest these grapes for later. And then we will just advance the days a little bit to see if this buckwheat grows up in time. It probably won't. Which is fine, because we have a bunch of seeds for it. Alright, that's perfectly fine that the buckwheat didn't grow. It'll grow up in the spring. And we're going to take 3 of these grapes and trade them in for radish seeds for another diary entry. Radish seeds will become very important once we get a sheep. Yes, this is Shepherd's Crossing. There are sheep in this game. Amazing.
I was wondering where they were.
We'll be getting our sheep once the season changes over. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed through until dandelion season, when everything starts growing again. And that means we'll have grass to feed our sheep. Oh good, I forgot about our goat. I honestly forgot about the goat. But we're going to go ahead and trade for sheep and get the first credits now. So sheep gives us like a lot of diary entries. And also will give us first credits. No, the game is not over yet. So keep that timer running. But this is a good like minute or two break for me to stretch my hands out. And for us to talk about anything while we wait for these to go by, because you cannot skip the credits.
Gotcha. I thought I'd let everyone know more about the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. While women make up nearly half the gaming population, less than 24% of game developers in the US are women. Girls Make Games was created to address this gender gap and create a space for girls to explore the world of video games. To date, nearly 25,000 girls in 160 cities and 22 countries have accessed game dev workshops, summer camps, and tutorials. GMG's published titles have been downloaded over 190,000 times on partner platforms like PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Creator Programs, Steam, and Google Play. By inspiring girls to engage with Steam through the fun and creativity of game design, we're creating a world where games have the chance to discover their potential through gaming and game dev. So this is what you're helping out with, chat. It's just such a great cause. I love being able to have more opportunities for girls to reach their max potential. It's so exciting to see. And if you want to help out with more things like this. Several members of the Completithon team also work on staff for No Glitches Allowed, which is an event that features glitches or no major glitches speedruns. This event typically takes place in the spring. Feel free to follow us here at twitch.tv/no glitches allowed and at no glitches at .bluesky.social on Blue Sky, as well as join our Discord for announcements so that you won't miss when our next Completithon event takes place.
Yeah, this channel puts on a lot. I was in No Glitches Allowed once back when I ran Magic Knight Ray Earth. I did the glitchless Japanese. Was that for No Glitches Allowed? I can't remember. That might have been for really, really long-a-thon actually. There's so many speedrunning marathons out there that are all kinds of different themes for glitchless, glitches, long games, short games, puzzle games, role-playing games, action games, shoot 'em games. Everything. And of course, having more girls, more people make games in general is very good. It's a very good cause. Doodlepucks, have you ever wanted to make a game yourself?
Yes, actually, I have.
Oh, nice.
It's probably one of my hobbies that I'm going to try to actually pursue right now.
I'm more of an ideas person, so if I could ever do a writing for a game that someone would make or maybe do the art for it, that would be great for me.
Yeah, I've got pretty good at the idea of like the character, as like I've pretty much designed some of the characters, I've got the kind of the plot. I'm tinkering with the idea of maybe coming up with my own music because I have some musical background, so we'll see.
Alright, Goat, you're allowed to eat some of the grapes, but not all the grapes. Do I have any dead grass anywhere? Okay, we got the goat kid. Yay. That's a diary entry to get the goat kid, and also to get the goat milk. And we don't want to turn that into cheese. We want to turn that into duck feathers, actually. No, I need the female goat, please. Again, we need to bring the duck feathers back to the farm to actually get the diary entry for it before we trade it for the mystery seeds for the other diary entry.
Is your duck friend offended by the fact you're trading his feathers?
No, I think he's okay with it.
All right.
Uh-oh, mole holes.
No.
Where's the tools? If we had a male terrier on the farm, they can also take out mole holes. I don't want you eating that. I want you eating up here, please.
I remember correctly, a terrier is usually referred to as terra, so because they're supposed to be low to the ground to get animals like moles.
Yeah. That's the buckwheat. I don't need them eating the buckwheat. I need you eating... No. I'm gonna move you guys over to the left-hand grass so you can eat this grass over here.
There's no cows in the game?
In this game, there are yak cows, which we will be getting later. There are cows, like the standard, black and white cows in the HD version.
Gotcha.
Okay, we got the tomato and the potato, which we're gonna put over here. So I remember that they're there while we wait for these sheep to grow up. 2 female. We're gonna trade these for male sheep. For some reason...
Chat would like to know if there...
Go ahead.
Chat wants to know if there are horses in the game. I'm kind of curious too.
Horses? I don't think in this version. There might be in the HD version, but I honestly cannot remember. No, I need you eating this radish, please. Thank you. Nice, they ate the same radish, and they're not supposed to be able to do that, but they ate the same radish and both got woolly. So more diary entries that we get from, specifically for some reason, a male sheep getting wool. And also just in general clipping, I need you here, clipping wool from the sheep and then turning that wool into yarn. So here we're gonna get our yak cows. We're gonna get 2. Oh, I need you back. Thank you. can go up there for right now while I just wait for these sheep to get more yarn again, or rather, oh, they're already, one of them already revived its fur. Good. All right, I can get a third yak cow then. Oh, I need to change the wool into yarn first, just in case. We'll get a third yak cow. I'm gonna make a safety save here, just to be extra safe. In case something goes wrong with the yak cows, or I start forgetting something again. Yak cows, da 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 da. Yeah, you can go ahead and eat the radish. No, do not eat the buckwheat. Or do not eat the potato. I need the tomato potatoes. That's the buckwheat flour. This is a bunch of juggling here of... you can eat some of the plants. You can eat some of the grapes, not all the grapes, please. Alright, we got a buckwheat. And dry buckwheat gives us 2 more diary entries.
I have a little question. You mentioned it earlier. There's an any percent run of this? Like, what's the conditions for that?
That's just getting sheep. So once you get the first credits of the game and get the sheep, that is your any percent run. It takes about, I think the record is like 11 minutes.
Wow.
It's something around the 11-12 minute range by Licorice, a Japanese runner, and the second place is around the same time there. I have like a 13-minute time in any percent, I believe, 13 or 14-minute time. I'll go ahead and talk about our Japanese runners for this game. There's only 3 active runners right now of this game. Me, Licorice, the Japanese world record holder for all the categories except for the HD categories, and Kokoyuri, who holds the second place time and has also demonstrated all diary entries at a number of Japanese speedrunning events. Licorice was the one who made the route for all diary entries, and Kokoyuri, she actually was inspired by Frame Fatales. I did an any percent run for Frame Fatales. They had a Japanese restream for that, and she watched that and was like, oh, I love this game. I didn't know there were speedruns of it.
Such a cute game. I'm also going to remind chat that we do have the bid war open for the Japanese or English for the Kingdom Hearts game coming up not too long. So if you want to help out with that, exclamation point, donate in the chat, which will help us get towards our milestone incentive of playing Soul Reaver to any percent.
Potatoes! Yeah,
potatoes.
Right now we're just waiting. Oh, we got 2 females. Cool. Let's see if we get another male or female here with this third one. Or I can just trade this female for a male, which I think I'll just do that right now instead of waiting. Harvest that tomato, and that can sit there. And now we have to have them become friends. They are now friends, and we can trade the male away for a pelt. I'm just looking at my guide here. Bear pelt, male yak, male packet. Alright. We don't need the male that, so we're just gonna wait for this here. We'll trade this other yaks. We don't need the third one anymore. We'll trade it away for male, trade it for meat, meat for wool. That was right, you can trade the yak meat for a bobcat. You can get your own pet bobcat.
That kind of sounds amazing.
We traded it for a yarn instead, so we can get a donkey and a llama. For 2 more diary entries. And also we got a duck in there too. We traded some wheat for a duck where we see that little duck running around, a normal duck. Where are you going? Okay, you're eating food there. Right now we just care about the yak cow, making sure that she eats food. So we're advancing the days a little bit slowly here, just to make sure that she's getting her food, and we'll eventually have a baby yak, and also that means we will be able to get her milk. It's very similar to Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, where you have to actually have the cattle in that game be have a calf, and then only you can get milk for a certain time from them.
That makes sense.
Awesome, we got it. Alright, and now we can put this yak milk to buy the cheese racks. I said buy the cheese racks, thank you. And it'll start turning into cheese.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh, I am a Munster person. And this might be the last diary entry. It is! Brammy's diary entries are complete!
Oh!
And 3, 2, 1, time.
GG.
We got very lucky with the very early double truffle there. And yak cheese is usually the other longest one that takes after that, just in case with the yak doing that. But yeah, we kind of sped up to the ending there really quickly. I wasn't sure if I'd forgotten anything, which is why I didn't want to say. I didn't want to jinx it and say this is the last one right now until we get it. But that is all 70 diary entries, and I can, if we have a little bit of time, I can show them off after the credits, and show you where it's a 70 out of 70. But it does give you the extra ending on the 70th entry there with that and the second credits. So I'll wrap up here a little bit. Thank you again for having me on this marathon. This is the first time I have run this game-specific category in a marathon, so I'm glad that it went really smoothly. No forgotten things, only just the safety save just in case. And I'm Kariohki. I've been in speedrunning since 2006 and running a marathon since 2012. I've been around here a lot, doing a lot for the community. It's a lot of fun, raising money for charities, uplifting all kinds of people. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Kariohki. It is Twitter, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Etsy, you know, just everywhere. I do a lot of writing and making crafts and stuff like that, and if you see me on anywhere, just go over and say hi. And anything
I have heard you can
out,
show the diaries. And I'm sorry, I've been told you can show the diary entries if you'd like to.
Sure, once the credits end here. Which show, these credits are actually slightly different, same song playing and same, obviously, credits, but they show different things in the background from the different diary entries that you've gotten throughout. And for those wondering about this game, it's relatively cheap. I say it's about $25 to $40 for the PS2 version for the PS2. The HD version, I think, is $40 when not on sale on Steam. The category for the speedruns is different between the HD and the PS2 version, so if you do want to speedrun this game, be aware of that. I do have guides for both versions up, and the HD version is a little bit buggier, so be warned of that. But I will show off the 70 out of 70 diary entries now, which will show that on the diary in the house. And there, 1 out of 70. So 70 diary entries total. You can see the nice little scratchy chicken scratch handwriting that the duck has for that, and you can scroll through all the different diary entries to see which ones were gotten there. And that'll be it for me.
That's a very literate duck. Wow.
won't scroll through all of them, so we can save some time here. I'll just keep scrolling until you cut me off here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you again for having me on this marathon.
Thank you so much for being here.
Ready to go.
That was just the comfiest, cutest little game I've ever seen. I just so cute. But coming up, we have something that may be not quite so cute. And I'd like to introduce our next host, Shovelclaws. Shovelclaws, do you know anything about Neopets?
I mean, I've learned one thing so far, and that it's apparently not cute. This is conflicting information that I've heard. Um,
Well, the theme of the game is Neopets the Darkest Fairy, and Darkest Fairy is not exactly cute, but I can guarantee you there are many, many cute things in Neopets. It was one of the games I grew up as a child, as when I was a tiny, tiny little doodle. There's many things like Negs, there's fairies, the fairy fountain, there's a giant omelet. I'm not sure if all of these are in this game in particular, but it does take place in a wonderful land and with lots of cute things. So, what do you think you'd like to know the most about, though?
I'm just actually curious about the browser game because I've seen a lot of Darkest Fairy before. This game is a sleeper underground hit. I am a big fan. But the actual browser game is just like I grew up on Moshi Monsters. I don't know, like the whole child's internet thing was, I was in a different era with that. So Neopets is not something I'm very familiar with.
Well, if you wanted to play the actual browser, you can still do that, and you can also play this game fairly easily. But I'll leave that up to the runner to explain and talk more about that, and I'm going to leave this to you. So have a wonderful time with the upcoming run.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hoodle. Appreciate it. Thank you for the education. All right, everyone. Welcome back to Completethon 2025. We are just getting set up for our next run. That's right, Neopets, the Darkest Fairy. I'm super excited for it. It's going to be a absolute blast. Just a brief reminder of what we're doing here over at Completithon. Completithon is a charity event dedicated to completionist speedruns. This includes 100% all collectibles or categories where even you just collect a few specific collectibles, like all red berries or all shrines. Just to name a few, give you some ideas. If you're interested in getting involved or finding out more, make sure to join our Discord and follow us on Twitter to get updates about future events. I think blue sky is probably what that blurb is supposed to say, but all good. I'm very excited about this Neopets run, but more importantly, I'm more excited about our next run with good friend Jaxler, because we currently have a milestone open at $2,300 raised in total for Completethon. We will have a bonus any percent run of Soul Reaver 2, the game that is not the one Jaxler is running on our schedule. So you'll get an entire other bonus game. Isn't that awesome? I'm a big fan of bonus games. At $2,300, that will be unlocked, and it will be an additional any percent run. So going against our whole motto here of completionist speedruns. Soul Reaver is a ridiculous run. That game is so broken. Soul Reaver 2 is more broken somehow, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Jaxler will absolutely destroy those games. So make sure to get your donations in now for that milestone incentive. I see we have a bunch of Jaxler fans in the chat right now. The Neopets players are all coming out of the woodwork. We appreciate you being here. If you want to support Jaxler and our charity of Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund, make sure to get your donations in for that incentive. Would very much appreciate that.